was standing there in the dark with thunder all around me, the rain pouring and pouring, having one of the biggest panic attacks of my life, and I'm starting to sing I'm Just Ken from the Barbie movie. Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Garance French, and today I want to talk about some weird stuff that happened to me at work. So if you don't know me, then hi, I'm Garance French, and I've been working at a medieval tower for a couple of summers now. I have a few vlogs and videos about it if you want to check them out. So yeah, basically my job is that from April to the beginning of November, I work there only in the weekends and then during the summer, like during the week. And my job is basically I sell the tickets and I do like guided tours every now and then. So as I said, I've been working there for, this is my third year. I started in August the first year to replace someone, so August, November, and then I did the two seasons last year and this year. So that's my third year working there. It is quite something. And in 3 years of working there, I've seen a lot of things, and a lot of them has happened to me this week. It is Sunday as I am recording this. It is my last day of work, and I have work this afternoon, and then I'm on the weekend, Monday, Tuesday. And a lot of weird things have happened to me this week, and I was like, I need to make a video about it because over the last 3 years, a lot of weird stuff happened. So let's just dive in. Gosh, where do I start? Basically, okay, maybe what happened to me this week? Well, was it yesterday? Let's just ignore the bells because I can't wait 20 minutes. Not yesterday, but the day before that, I had a guided tour. So the guided tours are only at 7 at night when I close up or on the reservation. But this lady called me on the phone and she was like, can I come at 7 for a guided tour? I was like, sure, sure. And so she came up. I was waiting for her. It's great with that bells because it's really related to the stories. She shows up and she has a dog, which I don't mind dogs and we can get them in the tower, so it's fine. But it's without a leash and without a collar or anything, so I'm like, oh, okay. And then she walks in and she's dressed kind of like a hippie. She had a very long dress, flowery dress, and she had a, what's it called, a tubalophone? I don't remember what it's called, but I'm gonna put a picture here. And I was like, oh god, what is happening? And she was there and started speaking to other people, and she's like, do you want a seance of relaxation with that? And I was like, oh my lord. And so basically she didn't trap me, but she said, do you want to have the seance? I was like, well, I'm at work, so I can't really go away, I have to wait for you, so I guess yes. So yeah, so we were sitting there with 2 other people and she did all the relaxation thing. It was great, I really liked it, it was fun. But I was like, man, I need to visit, I need to close up after that, so can you, she was just so, she was nice, don't get me wrong, she was nice, but she was kind of weird, and I was like, I just want to do my job, man. Can we do the tour and that's it? But yeah, so we went to the tower, and her dog didn't want to come in. Sometimes dog got scared in the stairs, that's okay. And then we were on the tower, top of the tower, and she used the stuff and she was walking around and thanking the city, and I was like, okay, I don't mind people kind of weird like this. She was nice, she was harmless. It was just kind of weird because I was like, I never did, what's happening? And that was kind of fun, but also kind of weird. And she was nice, but she was I don't know, she was kind of weird. So, and that has never happened to me before. I had some pretty weird people at the tower, but never like this. So it was kind of weird. Was it the same day? No, the day before. The bells were still going on. A couple days before that, so earlier this week. I have my cabin where I am. And sometimes people, they leave me some of their stuff because they have a lot of bags, they have some things, or they have, how do you call that, une poussette? They put you, a stroller, the things you put babies in. A stroller, they have strollers or stuff like this, or bikes, and they say, oh, can we leave it out here? I was like, sure, sure. What is saying? Well, I keep saying sure. I never said that in my life before, and I said it twice in the video. So yeah, usually they leave me stuff, so I can watch over, bags, they leave it on outside, not inside my cabin. Leave it outside, but I watch that no one takes it. And sometimes they leave me bags, or sometimes they leave me helmets if they came with motorcycles or bikes. They leave me helmets of stuff they don't want to carry. I don't understand. So yeah, just put it behind me on a chair, and and then I give it back when they come back. And so the other day there was a group of people, and they had a little box with I don't know if it was a cake. There was food in it. They had ordered something from a restaurant, I suppose, and it was food in it. And so the lady comes to me and she says, excuse me, could you would you mind holding on to that while we go into the tower? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I took it and I put it on the chair next to me. And she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Do I squeal that?" I was like, "No, no, it's alright. I do it all the time. I always, keep stuff for people. It's fine." She was very apologetic. She was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." So I was like, "No, no, don't worry. It's fine." She was like, "Go up the tower." And then a couple minutes later, another family walks in, and a woman comes to me and she says, "I'm sorry. Could you hold on to our cat?" And so dead ass, there was a cat in my cabin. Like, I think the cat just came back from the vet or something because he was in like a little cage thing. And so they said, "Can you hold on to a cat?" And I was like, "Ma'am." Like, of course, I love cats. I didn't mind. The cat was really cute and quiet. So I just literally I took the cage and I put it on the floor and I tried to play the cat a little bit. But like Miss Ma'am was like, "Can you hold on to a cat?" And I was like, "Huh?" So the lady with the food came back and she was like, "Oh my god, thank you for holding on to the food. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I've had worse. Like literally right now I have a cat." And they were like, "What?" And so I showed them the cat, like, "You have a cat." And it was just like everyone was like, "Oh, you holding on to a cat?" And I was like, "Yes, that's a cat, that's a live cat." And everyone was watching it, like everyone came back to watch it. And it was really funny because I was like showing off the cat that was not mine. And it was just really, really funny. And I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I've had worse. I mean, I had a cat." And it reminded me that one day last year, I also had kids. Like, no, I did not have kids, as in, I was pregnant. I held on to kids. No, oh my god, I did not kidnap those kids, okay? I was just there in my cabin, and there was a family, and there was 3 kids that were kind of young. And I guess, I don't remember exactly what happened, but they started to go up the stairs, but sometimes kids are scared because it's very high and the stairs are transparent so you can see. And literally, after a while, it was a family of like 2 or 3 people plus 3 kids, I think. And after a couple minutes, I think the mom comes back with one of the children and a little girl, I think. And she's like, "I'm sorry, she's scared to go up the stairs, but like, would you mind like staying with her for a minute?" And I was like, "Well, I guess." So she came into my cabin. There some chairs in the back. And she came into my cabin, and so she was sort of just there. And I don't remember exactly what I did, like what we talked about. I was talking a little bit because it would have been awkward if I just sort of sat there and did nothing. But I was on my computer doing my work, and she was there. And she was playing with a toy, I think. But then I don't know if it's her mother who came back. Like at some point, her younger brother came in also, and I was like, "Oh, can I come in too?" And I was like, "Well, sure." And so he sat next to her sister. And then I think there was another girl, was a bit older. I think it was their cousin or something. And she was like, "Can I come with you?" I was like, "Go." So I had 3 kids in the back of my cabin. They were, playing with each other, playing with their toys. And I was just sort of looking over them. And I was like, I'm a babysitter now. Like, I had 3 kids. Like, it was just so weird. And it was funny. Like, they were nice, we had fun, but it was just very weird. I was like, I'm just at work and people give me the cats and the food and the kids. And I was like, that's wild. That's kind of wild, but it was funny. Let's move on. I have another story. So, people sometimes they like to talk. They like to talk a lot. And I remember last year, was it last year or the beginning of the year? I don't remember. I was at my job and there wasn't much people because I think the weather was not good. And there was this one man he was not very old, but like he was kind of old. And basically, he just started to talk to me about his entire life. Like he just sat there for like maybe half an hour and he just talked to me about his entire life. And I would have been bored, but it was so interesting. Like that man had been like he was talking to me about learning Russian, and he was talking to me about going to a theater as a child, like when he didn't have much money back in the day, and that just his life was just so interesting. And that man was really nice, but he just randomly told me everything about his life, and it was very interesting. And the second he left, I started writing it down because I was like, "This is so interesting. I need to read somewhere on my computer, but I thought I can make a movie out of this something like it is. It was just very like it's just random. Man just comes in, we talk. People like to talk a little bit, so I chat, and he just told me about his entire life, and I was like, it's great. I loved it. And people like to tell me about their life, but never in that much detail. And it was really like it was very cool. Like I. It was kind of random, but it was very cool, and I wrote it all down. I need to find it, but no, it was kind of cool. So I was surprised. But I was like, "Dang, that never happened to me." All right, let's see. Something else weird that happened. What else? I have a lot of weird things happen. Mostly people are just being rude. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are just rude. Something else that happened. It wasn't very fun, but during the summer sometimes there's like thunder. And last year it happened. I think it happened this year also, but mostly last year I remember. So there was a thunderstorm, and I made a video the year before about it, but every year, at least once or twice the summer, there's like a thunderstorm happening. And since we're on a hill, the thunder is like going straight to my cabin, and so I don't like thunder. I'm very scared of thunder, and I have panic attacks. And so I remember one day it was pouring rain, like it was awful. Nobody was there, so I just closed up my little cabin. I was about to go close up the tower, and I was waiting for my mom to come and pick me up. And I had yeah, I had closed up the cabin because it's like a little counter that you can like sort of unfold like this, and then you have to close it back up. Or you have to go outside to do that. And so there was thunder, and then the thunder literally hit in the garden, like not too far from where I was. And I was in the dark because there's no light in my little cabin. I was in the dark with just my phone, and I was crying because I hate thunder. And then there was like I heard the thunder. It hit. I saw the spot where it hit. Like it still is a little mark in the garden, and it's just like it was so loud. I thought there was like the thunder all over me. Like I thought the thunder was hitting the cabin where I was in, and so I just had one of the biggest panic attacks of my life. I was like, I thought I was dying. I'm not gonna lie, like it took my breath away. Like it hit, and I was in the dark, and I closed my eyes, and all I could hear around me was the thunder noise, like so loud, and I just stopped breathing. I was like for like a good 10 seconds, and then I had the biggest panic attack of my life, like one of the biggest. And it was absolutely awful, and I was so like so scared. I was so fucking scared. And so I think I called my mom at this point, so she was coming to pick me up. But I was so scared, and I was like having panic attack. I was crying, and that was last year because to calm down my panic attacks, usually I try to sing because that really it helps me regulate my breath, and it helps me relax. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing something really quick. I'm sorry. It was just, I was standing there in the dark with thunder all around me, the rain pouring and pouring, having one of the biggest panic attacks of my life. And I started to sing I'm Just Ken from the Barbie movie. I was like, I'm just Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. Like, I was crying, having a panic attack in a thunderstorm, and I was in the dark. And that was one of the funniest, like, now that I think back on it, it was funny, not at the time, but it was one of the funniest moments of my life. Like, can you just picture me just standing in the dark singing I'm Just Ken while crying? One of the thunderstorm happening, like, it was so stupid. And it really helped me though. It really helped me. I sang the entire song, I think, and then I was calm, and I started to laugh at myself because it was ridiculous. Like, like I'm just kidding, anywhere else I'd be a 10. What's the beginning of the song? And I was like, doesn't seem to matter what I do. Like, it was so dumb, but it was so funny now I think about it. Like, girl, like, thank God nobody was there because I would have looked stupid. Anyway, it was not funny at the moment, but now that I think about it, it was kind of funny. But yeah, it was kind of funny. Okay, and I'm gonna finish this video with one last thing. It's a small thing, but like, if you don't know me, then hi, my name is Garance French, and I am part of a theater group. And so last year and also this year, I headlined a show, a cabaret show. So yeah, basically we had like 8 shows. Last year was Miss Sanguette, Plus mes années folles, and this year was the sequel, Miss Sanguette et Madame Irma. I made some videos about it, I think, so if you want to check them out. And basically, I was on the poster because I was the main character. We had done a couple shows. We did shows like not every weekend, but every 2 weekends. And so I was at the tower. I was working, doing myself, selling tickets. And then someone just said, "Oh my God, you're Miss Sanguette," and I was like, "Well, yeah, that's me." Yeah, that's me. He said, "Oh my God, I saw you in the show. That was great." I was like, ah. Like, someone recognized me, like they're from a celebrity. Like, someone recognized me and said, "Oh my God, you're from the theater group." I was like, "Yes, that's me, ma'am. That's me. You like the show? Well, thank you." Like, it was just one person, but it really, like, it cracked me up because I was like, I was so not expecting that. Because sometimes people know me because it's other people that I know, or people that know my mom, because everyone knows my mom is a teacher, so everyone in here knows her. And but this person was like, "I know you." And I was like, "Oh God, how does she know me? Like, she knows my mom, she knows my sister. What happened?" And she said, "You from the show?" And I was like, "Well, yes." It was so funny. I was like, "I'm a celebrity." Like, what? Anyway, I think that's it for this video. It's just a little like story time of kind of funny moments that happened to me at this job. This is the last year I'm doing this job. I'm working until the beginning of November, and then I'm not gonna go back because there are some bad stuff that happened to me too. So I don't want to get into that. It's a fun video, but I need to move on to another job. I honestly I took this job this year because I didn't really have no choice because I needed money. But I want to focus on my own company and stuff. So I think this is the last year that I'm gonna do this job. It was a really great job. I learned a lot about the history, of course, the medieval tower. So I learned a lot about the city, and I learned a lot like skill wise, how to manage money and talk with people, and it was a really great job. I still have a couple more to do it, so I don't know why I'm talking about it like it's in the past, but it was a really great job, and I'm really glad that I did it. It was very fun, but I feel like I need to move on to other stuff. So if other things happen in the few months that I have left, or if I remember some things, I might do another video. But yeah, it was really fun. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very intense video. Thank you so much for watching. I said that already. I have other channels if you want to check them out. There's one where I talk about TV shows, film, and music. Another one where I'm playing The Sims. Like, if you want to check them out, feel free. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!